All Soundtracks, Great and Small, Volume 2. This is a 2 CD set, film and TV soundtracks from the vaults. And wow, what a collection this is. This is just amazing. So, what's on it? Just tons and tons of great stuff. Obscure as well, though many of them you think, I know that song, or I've heard that song back in the 60s or 70s. And you can see there the listing. So you can just see BBC One News, you've got The Adventures of Don Quick, you've got The Horseman riding, you've also got Junior Showtime, Tarrant on TV, also, of course, All Creatures Great and Small theme, Channel 5, also loads of ceefax stuff as well, just packed solid. This is just 38 tracks on the first CD and 27 on the second CD. Just brilliant. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get Volume 1. Volume 1 is crazily expensive now. It'd be lovely if they could bring out again. Unfortunately, at the moment, it does seem to be priced about 200 quid. This one, I paid about £13.99, which I think is brilliant value for a collection of really great tracks. So let's just go through a little booklet now. Actually, I'll show you the actual thing. It's a nice little thing. Just very nice little. I love this sort of format. You can see there soundtracks, disc 1 and disc 2, and it's from the Chichester Hospitals Broadcasting Association, so that's really great as well. And this, I just really truly hope, after listening to this, I think just everything that I just love, sort of cheesy, brilliant, superb, all range of types of music. You know, I hope there's a volume 3, because it was quite a long gap. This one just come out 2025. So it's like, the last one was about 2018. Unfortunately, I didn't know anything about it. Otherwise, I would have bought it in an instant. And here's all of the various tracks. You can see there, you've got the newsroom, you've got just great hearing the BBC News. I know, it's weird, isn't it? BBC News, really? But still, Hotline, Les Reed combo. Lots of great information we're hearing. But unfortunately, it doesn't give any great detail in terms of sort of a bit more, that would have been great. But you obviously got a small little booklet here, which is fine. Maybe the information just not readily available, or just too tricky to, put all this. Newsweek, you got Think Big, Roxy Strip. But every time you hear this track, you think, yes, maybe. I've heard that. I'm certain that sounds like XYZ. And there's some that are just so familiar and you just probably haven't heard for years and years and years, probably since the 70s. And they instantaneously transport you back into that time. You could sort of sit there and eat your Angel Delight or whatever, and you're back there. Bird's Eye, anything like that. But still, you've got Viva la Sport, you've got here the Peter Hope Orchestra, Newsroom, and then also you've got ceefax transmissions as well. I just love that sort of thing. I mean, this, if I was bringing a CD out, which I'm not, this would be the sort of thing that I would just love to do, because it's just, wow, sort of maybe Italian sort of TV bits and pieces, the theme music from all those, because surely there must be so much, or maybe Irish TV music, so many great songs and bits of music that are available and generally forgotten about, which is really sad because they're just great. Some are cheesy. Some you listen to and think, sounds sort of like, occasionally I think, oh, it's a bit like, one of those, not synthesized, but the organ you would have. It would have 5 or 6 tunes or whatever, and you'd press one of the buttons and it would play it. Some of them sound a bit like that. I'm thinking, that could definitely have fitted that. Maybe that's where they were from. But anyway, wow, it's like I say, a nice little booklet, Walking the Plank. It is a pity that it doesn't give a date. It would have been nicer dates. It does have a bit 1973, etc., copyright, but it just doesn't give any details. So it would have been nice. And From the Grass Growers, now I have no idea what that is. I assume that's an album. That's an album, what's the name there, or something. Maybe that's the show. I don't know. but I still think, because there's a lot of things mentioned here, I think, I don't remember that show. I probably did watch it. I watched way too much TV. So I'm certain I did watch it at some point. Though probably it was on ITV, I probably didn't watch it as much. Mainly BBC. We only had BBC. BBC One, BBC Two. We didn't get ITV for some weird reason for years. I had to go down to my local aunts to sit and watch some ITV. That's how most of my Lost in Space and those sort of things were only watched from there. So you got all there. You got the nice little description there talking about selection of film and soundtracks from yesteryear, original theme music, early soap opera broadcast. You've got compact. So you've got other themes include Tarrant on the Way, Training Dog, The Woodhouse Way. I remember that show. Barbara Woodhouse, of course. This is The Shadows drummers, Brian Bennett. So there were lots of great, the real professional. This was no, lots of great material on this. And also, of course, All Creatures Great and Small. Trade test colour films from the 1960s and 1970s. Also the close down period, of course, where it closed down, which I never. So I did quite often stay up and watch. It was, wow, the excitement of staying up to watch the close down. Or shut down. Close down? Whatever it was. Shut down, I would say. It's obviously American, probably. But you've got here all the other things, broadcast 24 hours, called ceefax. I love watching ceefax as well. I'd go on ceefax quite often, and they had some odd little music going, very sort of cheesy sort of background music, which I'm certain was really good stuff. But this is brilliant, and it's got obviously there all the thanks for everyone that's been producing it, because it of course comes from various sort of, I don't know, libraries of music, library music. And I just hope that people tap into all this sort of stuff, because it must be there, all sitting around waiting to be re-released. Because I bet it's on vinyl. There must be copies all over the place. I've got lots of books of library sort of music, and just great. But some of these tracks, of course, all the tracks, very hard to hear. Probably the show's not even available. That's the trouble. Another thing to say, it's just an unusual selection. Sometimes when you get these soundtrack ones, often they're like the Avengers, Softly Softly Task Force, Z-Cars, all absolutely brilliant bits of music. I love listening to them, but it's really nice when you get sort of things where there's been really great efforts to put in some great obscure stuff that still just superb. So it is nice to get these sort of things. I mean, how many of these soundtrack albums often have Doctor Who or Star Wars or so on? So you know the regular sort of bunch that appears on it. Very few of them probably have It's Maths theme or Wicker's World theme. They might have that, I guess. The Beryl's Lot theme, the Big Match theme. That's possible as well. And the Andalusian Dance and Breezy, whatever that is. So it is good to see an unusual collection. But this is for compilation of the 2025 Chichester Hospitals Broadcasting Association. I mean, wow. They've also got a few other ones as well, so that which is really worth checking out. I think it's just great. Provides a daily radio service to patients at the St Richard's Hospital in Chichester. So proceeds received from the sales of this CD help to ensure the service is maintained. Well, yes, that's great. Also, this is a superb album as well. I just absolutely loved listening through this. I will be putting this on many, many a time. I wish there were more of these sort of things. So this one, I say, just a whole range of great music. I would suggest if you really love this sort of stuff, go out and buy this now, because if it's like the other one, it's out of print. That's it. It's gone out of. It's going to be probably go up in price ridiculously if it goes out of stock. However, I was going to ask, can you suggest other ones? There must be lots of these sort of library sort of collections of various things. Be fascinating. Have you got favourites of these? I've got a few things, this and that. I mean, that's why I love like Italian soundtracks as well. I love that sort of giallo, the films and things, French films, anything like the music, the soundtracks are sometimes some of the best parts of it. Quite often watch the film, I think, what film was I watching? I just love the music. So this is just, like I say, just magic for me. Just really, really love this sort of stuff. Great songs, I think, worth checking out. So normally, of course, I do book reviews, but I thought, you know what, occasionally you play something and you think, you know what, this definitely should have a bit more recognition, I think. Soundtracks, absolutely great CD set. Everyone's saying, do people buy CDs now? Yes, I still buy CDs. I love CDs. Lots of good ones. So if you want some reviews of CDs, I will definitely be happy to rattle on and talk about them. Now, I'm not going to play any music, and you know where to find the music if you want to play certain bits of it, and I'm quite certain you can find it relatively easy online, but I'm not going to play it. I would suggest check it out. Go and check out that music, because I think it's just great. A like or dislike, always appreciated. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Say I'll be doing maybe some more of these if people are interested. Also, back to book reviews. They're not. Everyone says, no, we don't want no CDs. So, bye.